Hello guys, this is Vysh. So you would have heard about the Sikkim flash flood and cloudburst, after which 23 people went missing. That is, army men went missing, and sometimes very beautiful locations, which like you see in the screen behind me, which is a moraine lake, which is a glacial formation. These things can cause very big disastrous things also. So this scientist has been warning since many years that inside Sikkim, the Lonak Lake, this is like a danger to the people, and it can cause disaster, and it has finally happened. So it was pure negligence of whoever is maintaining that, or they did not expect that one day this will happen, and many people have been gone missing. Okay, I think at least 8 people or 10 people have been reportedly dead. Other, like when you like washed away with the water, you cannot even find most of the people, like whether they're alive or not. Okay, one army person was, I think he was recovered, and he is doing fine, but others are still not. It's still missing. So what is this moraine lake and what is the news item? Everything I will try to explain very quickly. This is part of the Vysh Explains series. There is a playlist in our channel which is called the Vysh Explains, other than the editorial, where I discuss other pages of the newspaper also, because students need not only editorial, the other things also. So very important ones which I feel where I can cover the static as well, I do here. So in the first page and the 12th page of today's Hindu, 7 dead as glacial lake burst in Sikkim. And in this article, the information I'll give you, but you should know basics also first. This thing which is flooded now is actually a moraine lake. So moraine lake means it's a glacial feature. Okay, when you study geography in your NCERT, it is there, class 11th and 12th. Glaciers will usually cause a lot of features, geographical features. So it can be erosional features or depositional features, and I'll show you pictures of most of them today. But anyway, you have to go and study it from the textbook also. Those who are enrolled to our test series, you will get a lot of MCQs based on this in the package. But here in the glaciers, this carving will happen. Carving means it like cracks will start coming and it will like break off. So when this thing melt, here ideally this was a full, like this brown color land it was. This water body was not there. So slowly this will like melt due to climate change, and then dripping, and then it will become a lake here. It is called moraine dammed lake. So why dam? Because when this is going down, the small stones or the debris, which is called, that also starts accumulating here, and at the end, like this, a moraine dam will be formed, which is just soil and the particles. With that, a dam will be formed. But when the glacial melting increases beyond a limit, obviously this water level will increase, and when it increases, it will one day overtop like this and then go to the other side of this, meaning this moraine dam may not be able to withstand the water capacity, meaning this lake will keep on expanding. It will become this size, or it will become this size, it will become bigger and bigger. And this exactly happened with the Lonak Lake, or the southern Lonak Lake. Okay, there are 2 lakes, southern and the northern Lonak Lake. So here, if you see this picture, 1990 to 2019, see here it is very small size. Okay, and below in 2000 you can see little more bigger size. Then 2010 it's again bigger. Okay, that lake is getting bigger, and 2019 became this much. So scientists from ISRO and Bangalore's, I think IISc, Indian Institute of Science, they have been telling that this can cause issues. And recently, like 2 days back, you would have seen like Delhi, there was an earthquake. People felt it. Many students were posting in the status, WhatsApp status. I saw that. So you felt it. It was very minor, but it is after effect of the things which is happening in Turkey. It happened. Okay, and then after that in Nepal it happened. So like that, those things, after effects will be there, because everything is bound by the Himalayas on either side. So one side when it happens, this side also tectonical activity will slowly come. We luckily, India did not have a very major earthquake after 2001 Gujarat earthquake, after which, you know, entire Gujarat got damaged, and then the chief minister that time, he started rebuilding Gujarat, and now Gujarat is kind of the #1 state in terms of infrastructure and development. You will see the best buildings, or the largest office building has come recently in Surat. The Statue of Unity has come there. The bullet train is coming there now. So everything is coming because they now are building earthquake resilient buildings. But again, if it happens, we can't tell how strong it can come or how disasters can happen. Okay, 2001 we had the earthquake, 2004 we had the tsunami in the south. So like that, many major disaster, as per the timeline, if you see, it is time that it will repeat now. Okay, so we have to be ready, and we have to listen when scientists warn about something. So here it overflowed, and this is the actual picture of the glacier melting and the lake here. So that thing, it came out of the moraine thing, and it came outside, and it overflowed where? It overflowed into Teesta River. Teesta where already water is there, and this water also came on top. Like cloudburst happened, meaning heavy rainfall happened. This suddenly became full and it went outside into the Teesta, and in Teesta the flooding happened, and that is where the army men who were posted there in those areas and all, they got washed away. So now if you go into more details, the map is the more important thing for your exam and a UPSC question in 2017. So cloudburst happened here, southern Lonak area, and southern Lonak area, when this happened, flash floods happened, and that flood went into Teesta river, and Teesta river is the thing which goes and later joined to the Brahmaputra river, and Brahmaputra is also one unstable river. And here there is a dam, this Chumthang dam, it broke. Now today it doesn't exist. The floods washed it away, the dam is gone. And the same thing in Kerala, there is a Mullaperiyar dam which is telling like if it breaks, which is like Britishers time dam, last many years many people are warning it, but the government doesn't care about it. And you know, the 2018 one movie also came now, 2018, when the Kerala flood happened, it was because of opening the gates of the dam only. So that dam, if it breaks, 4 districts there will get affected. Half of the population will get wiped off. But government is not taking these things seriously. So what we saw in Sikkim today can maybe happen in Kerala tomorrow. So here, this is the capital city Gangtok, and here is where our army was there, I think, and they got washed away. See, army personnel missing from here, Bardang. So these place names, Bardang, Lachen, Lonak river, Teesta river, these are the important things you have to note down for your exam. And the 2017 question was specific to Teesta, which nobody expected that year. It was a little tough question also, but options were kind of easy. So here, source of the river Teesta is same as that of the Brahmaputra. So Brahmaputra, at least you will know it is coming from far away from Tibet area, it is coming from a glacier there. So, and Teesta, if you know, it was like a local Indian river which is there here in our Sikkim, you could have at least identified that that statement has to be wrong. And second statement is a pure factual thing, that river Rangit is a tributary of Teesta. This if you don't study, you cannot know it. Okay, you cannot take any guesswork there. And then other one, river Teesta flows into the Bay of Bengal on the border of India and Bangladesh. So at least if you know the location, it is around Sikkim, this river. Bangladesh is a little away. Okay, it's below West Bengal, it is in the other side. So that cannot be the thing. And also it doesn't flow into, this river doesn't flow into Bay of Bengal. It's not that much big river. This one actually goes and meet into the Brahmaputra. It is the right tributary of Brahmaputra. So you see the list of tributaries of Brahmaputra I have listed here. In case UPSC asks a question, you can note it down here, like the left tributaries and the right tributaries. The left is Dibang, Lohit, Dhansiri and Kolong, and right is Kameng, Manas, Beki, and this Raidak, Jaldhaka, Teesta and Subansiri. So this UPSC in the past have asked it, I think in the 1998 or something, the tributaries of Brahmaputra is also asked by UPSC. Another pointers why the statement 1 is wrong, statement 3 is wrong, and answer is 2 only. Okay, that I have clearly given here. Rangit is indeed a tributary of Teesta. So this is the map based information which you have to keep with you, and then we will go into further, just give me a minute, we'll go into further details. Okay, further details so that your complete studies get happen. In the Hindu paper today it's given as the main point is the Chumthang dam which got damaged, the concrete rock dam. It was completely breached, and the water came at around 54 km/h, and the rain is expected to continue for next 2 days. So I don't know how many more disasters is going to happen there, or how people are going to adjust to that. So that Teesta river project is there, the power project with that dam, associated with that dam, and there the warning came at 1:30 a.m. from the Central Water Commission, but that was not enough. It was too quick and big that little could be done, even though warning was given in the last minute. So the people got washed away. And another area, this Sangkalang. Okay, Sangkalang is the place where maximum water level was noted, and there, as I told, the Sikkim Urja is the one who is operating this project, the Teesta 3 hydropower project. So this, because Teesta is there, it becomes important. UPSC already 2017 they asked, now 6 years is over, so they may repeat the topic again. Okay, so 60% owned by the Sikkim government, this Sikkim Urja project. 23 army personnel went missing from this Bardang, and then one of them were rescued, and now he is in stable and medical care. Okay, so latest updates you can Google and find out. Any more major thing happens, anyway I will make separate video. So the major districts, if you see this Darjeeling and see Magan, Gangtok, Pakyong, Namchi, these are certain places again which is the most important or most affected by this thing. Okay, so if you see IISC in Bangalore and ISRO, multiple studies in 2013 and 19 had warned that the South Lonak Lake was potentially hazardous and cautioned the authorities to keep an eye on it as it was expanding dangerously. Meaning through the ice melting, it was already expanding. Sudden cloudburst happened and flash flood happened, that rain happened, that it suddenly became full and overflowed. Okay, so this is the overall thing about the news item. But for your exam, this is not enough. The basic, as I told, the evolution 1990 to 2019, the the lake, which is the moraine lake, and other geographical features I'll teach you now. So these things was evolution like this, and then it went on like deepening, and it is causing the problem now. So in UPSC point of view, glaciers form a lot of features which is there in your class 11th with pictures. You have to know the names and definitions of everything. Okay, so here the current lake, future growth is all you would have understood by now. Basically, what is a glacier? That is the first definition you have to know. Glacier is a large accumulation of, you can tell, crystalline snow or ice, rock, all these things. When it like becomes a tightly dense pack kind of thing, the water, basically the cold water, that is called glacier. And 91% of the glaciers are there in Antarctica continent, and then 8% are there in this Greenland country. Okay, Greenland, it's not a country, it's an island, largest island in the world. So then this occupies 10% of the world's total land area also. The glaciers alone, I'm telling, that much is there. And it can be classified into two. One is based on its size. You will tell whether it's a sheet, whether it's a cap, whether it's a glacier, whether it's a cirque glacier, like that, different size you can tell. Or the thermal you can tell, meaning is it in the polar region like the Antarctic or Arctic, or whether it's in the other temperate zones like in the Americas, Asias, or South Americas, where that is the another way. Okay, so difference is that in the polar, obviously it will be solid rock kind of hard ice. Other places will be a mix of water and ice, meaning it can become, based on seasons, it can be ice or non-ice also. That is the difference between the two. And then conditions are what for forming a glacier? The mean annual temperature will be always close to the freezing point. Temperature throughout the rest of the year is not enough, meaning even if summer comes, it is not enough to completely melt it, meaning by the time again the winter comes and again it becomes glacier. And the winter precipitation also, winter time also rain comes there. And the process of snow compacting into glacial firn, or the densey grainy thing which happens, is called this firnification, Firnification, firnification. And the flowing ice in the middle of the glacier moves faster than the base, meaning the glacier itself, the speed in its levels are different. The moving flowing ice is there in the middle point, not the base. There it will be, the flow will be faster. These are just GK facts telling you, so that in case UPSC asks, you can tell. Like for example, out of the total water on the earth, 2.1% is in glaciers, while 97.2% is in the oceans. Okay. And then again, if you see the pictures, as I told, in class 11th NCERT, these kind of pictures will be there, where you can see this hanging valley, this arete, horn, col, cirque, spur, outwash plain, moraine. So these things are all, when you simply see like this, you may not know properly. Okay, so you can see a medial moraine is there, lateral moraine is there. So I'll show you more detailed pictures, so a little bit idea you get. Okay, if you see here, this moraine is only the same thing which I told you, that the outer boundary, the dam kind of thing which is there in the lake. But if it is to the center of the glacier or center of the water, it is called the medial moraine. If it is in the either sides, it is the lateral moraine. And if it is the end, it is terminal moraine, which I showed you in the starting of the video. Okay, and then the glacier is there, and these different solid the soil formation. If it becomes a peak, it will have a different name. If it is in a curvy thing, it will have a different name. So in geography, the people have made it that many names that UPSC aspirants, you have to like a little bit struggle to know the meaning and all. But these are the different terminologies which you have to go and do as your part of your studies, which is clearly there in your NCERTs. Okay, so here also I will show you some definitions so that it will be easy for you. Okay, like the cirque is the thing which you see here in this picture. It's the same mud kind of deposit, but it is like below the glacier, you can see. Okay, here. This is the cirque kind of thing. Like that, multiple cirque can be there, and the cirque can be separated by another, that will have another name. So each thing has a different name in geography terminology. Okay, so here loose rock in the bottom and it's deposited, and above there is fresh snow or ice, that is called the cirque. And inside that, if water is getting filled, that lake is called tarn. Okay, so tarn, cirque. I'm just showing you two terms, else it will become like a geography class. And same the mountains, the soil, when it accumulates, when it is like a thin ridge kind of thing, a thin slope or thin ridge kind of thing, then it is called the ARETE. Okay, arete. This one, thin ridge. And the sharp edge, if you see like this, it is a col. And then again, it will be like glaciers erode 3 or more erites, usually forming a sharp-edged peak. Again, it will form even more sharper one. Okay, after erosion and all, it will be called a horn. So these three you can study together. It's all almost the same thing. Based on its sharpness, different names are there. And then again, GK facts: three quarters of the Earth's fresh water is stored in glacier. Okay, so that means what? Glacier ice is the second largest reservoir of water, basic water on the Earth, and largest reservoir of fresh water on the Earth. Water wise, if you take, oceans are there, and then glaciers will be there. Freshwater wise, if you see, glacier is the number one. And then Gangotri glacier in India is one of the largest glacier in the Himalayan mountains and the source of the Ganga river. And many aquatic species, which can be birds, it can be fishes, it can be insects, all these things are dependent on this cold water. There are some extremophiles which UPSC asked recently, which needs extreme climate also to survive. Such people will depend on this thing. And then glacial till. Okay, glacial till is again the same thing, a kind of mud deposited, like deposits of sand and gravel and all, and their fertile soil will be there sometimes for certain crops which grows there, and it can be also used for making concrete and asphalt. So these are the features in case you want to know, in case prelims question comes. Then as I told, erosional features are there, which is like the valleys. Okay, meaning it has to erode, then only this will come. It can be valleys, it can be trough, it can be cirque, which I told, it can be horns, it can be serrate. And then depositional is the till or the moraine where the mud is getting deposited, or esker or drumlin. These are all pictures I'll show you. And then here again, erosional feature, you can see behind me the picture. This is again, suppose the glacier itself is like totally eroded, and then bottom, what will be there below that? So that surface, okay, after the glacial action, the surface material removed and the rock fragments are carried away by the scratching and the polishing and all, then that areas is called the score or the striations. So this again, you cannot by heart every term, but geography optional people, this will be very important topic. In prelims till now I did not see this level of difficult level question coming, but it is sometimes mentioned in the textbooks. Okay, then again the valleys, again through erosion, when the mud goes away, if it is in the top somewhere, okay, meaning it is hanging, it is not in the base. If it is base like this, it is a U-shaped valley. But if it is, suppose here one height is there, and above the height here one U-shape is there, the small U-shape, okay, this tunnel kind of thing, under tunnel kind of thing, that is called the hanging valley, and this main one is called the U-shaped valley. And sometimes it can be V-shaped valley also. And in U-shaped valley, see, this is a formation picture again, behind me you can see different like moraines are there in either side, snow is there, snow accumulation, stone accumulation, these many things are there. Okay, so like this different geographical features, if you go and study in the textbook, whatever is there, that will be sufficient. Don't do extra research on it unless you have geography optional. Okay, this Cirque glacier, I told you, mud getting deposited, tributary glacier, this Arrête, Tans is the lake inside Cirque, Horn, and then Col, U-shaped valley, hanging valley, see, this is hanging here, okay, and then below is U-shaped valley, this full one is U-shaped valley. Getting the point? And then again, this one is fjord. Okay, fjord is actually, don't misunderstand, this is moraine lake, because moraine lake is, it is not seawater, it is the ice melting and then accumulating there, or rainwater is coming there. This is where, suppose erosion keeps on happening. Okay, let me show you another picture. See here, like this, here erosion keeps on happening, the water is melting and it is gone. Suppose it becomes dry. After that, it again gets eroded and it becomes like, go and touches the sea below, and the sea water starts coming inside, salt water comes inside, and then it forms a lake kind of formation like this, which is like a very like beautiful place, places in Norway, Switzerland, Sweden, and all these things are there. This is called, the spelling is FJORD, but the pronunciation is fjord. Okay, so fjord and moraine lake, the difference is moraine lake is the water through ice and rainwater, but this is the water coming from below the ground. Okay, after that everything is gone, dried, then it comes from below the ground, but it looks same. Picture wise, if you search moraine lake and this one, it will look same only. So now again, little more details before wind up. Glacial till and moraines, again it's the same thing. The fine debris is getting accumulated, some amount of rock is there, and then after that, when it's getting washed out, that final plane is called the outwash plane. Okay, and moraine, I told you, terminal, lateral, ground, or medial. Okay, as per where it is, the boundary is the terminal, lateral is on either side, the medial is through the center, and ground is at the bottom. Okay, the ground is at the bottom. So these pictures, if you keep in mind, and if you revise from standard textbook, see, this is the same thing in picture format. If you see here clearly, what is end moraine? End is terminal, end moraine, medial moraine, lateral moraine. So this is the basic things which you have to study for your exam point of view. And drumlin is also there, one topic, which is again the mud, as I told, instead of peak, it will be like kind of slope, sand dunes kind of thing. Okay, teardrop shaped asymmetrical hill composed of the glacial till only, the debris and mud only, but they have given a different name. So problem is UPSC students, the learning is like never ending. There are a lot of things to study. So as and when we can do more and more classes, I will try to teach you. Else, I am telling, because I can do this, but now it will become a 30-minute geography class. So better you go and revise. I have showed you almost all the pictures, all the names. If you go and revise the class 11th and 12th NCERT, this portion will be complete. And it is a predicted question. It is an expected question. So please study very nicely about geography glaciers topic this year. Okay, because question is going to come. And all such questions are already there in our practice test series. So you can enroll. If you are 2024, there is a package. If there is 2025, there is a package, 222 days or 575 days. Either way, our test series, if you practice, you are going to clear the exam, because almost every year 100 plus marks are solvable from our test series itself. And these are formed because in this much detail we cover. Anything in the news happen, the static part of this we would have covered it. So make sure that you enroll correctly, and our WhatsApp contact is given. That is where you have to come for any kind of enrollment, even if it is current affair packs, which is like individual packs are there, combo packs are there, anything is there, you have to come and contact in my WhatsApp only. So the WhatsApp number you can see here on screen, 7200-681-675. So again, more interesting topics I'll come up with, and the editorial also is pending. So wait for the editorial episodes. I'll wind up this video. Thank you and have a nice day.